you will spend the same amount of time, money, effort, and energy selling a one-off coaching session as you will selling a $5,000 to $20,000 coaching program. Why is that? So you have something called the value equation. This is from Hormozi's book, The $100 Million Offers. And what I wanted to show you about this like 350 one-off session versus the $5,000 program, the difference between them is that the perceived value is just not there. Like the dream outcome of buying a singular coaching session is non-existent. Everyone knows you can't really do much with a singular coaching session. You know you can't do much with a singular coaching session, and as a result, you don't even feel comfortable promising anything from this one singular coaching session. And then that's just the dream outcome. Then the perceived value of achievement, this little thing right here, that is zero, because everyone knows, again, you can't really transform yourself in 1 hour. They have all these limiting beliefs. They have all these problems. This is something that's been bothering them for so long. Even if they could transform just 1 hour, they will be highly resistant to it, because this feels like this big problem in their life, this big hurdle they just cannot overcome. And when you come in and you tell them, hey, yo, we can solve this in 1 hour, even if you can, it's really, really hard. It's like a small percentage of people will get results. Like even right now, like in most high ticket programs, a lot of people just don't get results. And that's even harder when it's like a one-off coaching session. Then the only people who will buy these coaching sessions are the people who actually have a specific problem that they need help with. So when you market these kinds of one-off coaching sessions, you attract those people who are like ready to transform. They just need like that one final step. And ironically, these guys never stick around because they literally just need that one session. And this is a very small amount of people. And like, instead of selling to the 99%, you're selling to a very, very small fraction of that. So it's really not worth it. Like the math does not work out. The time delay is infinite. Like, unless they are very, very like well set up, unless they have that one question, unless they're that 0.01% of audience who just need one thing answered. They don't see an end in sight. You know what I mean? It's like they do not see the end goal of working with you one on one. It feels like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay $400, and then I'm gonna have to pay another $400 and another $400. It's like the price is infinite. There's no end. The guys that have the one question, again, those guys see the end because it's just one question. But these guys who have like a very deep problem they want solved, it's really, really hard. The time delay for them is like infinite. It's like a lot of people don't want to start therapy because therapy is like, oh, they're not gonna want to solve my problem because I have to pay per hour, and it's like they want to keep me around longer. It's acting weird. In the effort and sacrifice, finally, the final part of the equation right here, the effort and sacrifice is astronomically high compared to what they feel they're getting. Like if it was like if it's just the $5,000 program, that's instantly a premium in their mind. You know what I mean? $5,000. Oh, it's like, what is this? This may solve my problem. So this is how much it takes to solve my problem. But compared to the one-off coaching session, it's like astronomically high. It's like massive for them. It's like, oh, but I have to pay per hour. Then I don't know if how fast I'll solve the problem. It's that uncertainty element. You know what I mean? And then like you have to pay multiple coaching sessions, and then what if the coach doesn't want to solve my problem? It's like all these questions. Even if your audience like trusts you, if you get that level of trust with your audience, it's really, really hard. The model just has so much friction. It's unreal. And the interesting part is that while you're selling 350 coaching sessions and wrestling people to stick around and pay you so you can transform their lives, your competitors are literally having one VSL, sending people to a sales call, having someone else close that sales call for them, and then they just put them in through a coaching program, a group coaching program, mind you, where they coach like 20 people at a time. But like small, that 20 people is a small amount of number, right? And they get more transformation, they get more investment, they spend less time, and it's just overall easier on them. While you're like struggling on one-on-one coaching sessions, like, hey, come for another coaching session. We need to do this. Like, this is gonna change your life. Blah blah. Blah. It's like, it's really hard. You're struggling for no reason, for no good reason, really. You can keep doing these one-off sessions for those 0.01%, but what I want you to think about is how can we change this model? How can we sell something better, something higher ticket, something that works and is more easier on you, basically, and more profitable, of course. What I want you to do is focus on the value equation. So how can we increase each one of these buckets right here so you can increase the perceived value and charge more? So I want you to look at the dream outcome and ask yourself, what does my audience want more than anything else? How can I push that to its limit? Make the strongest claim possible here. Like, no limits, pull the brakes. Really just make the strongest claim. Like, ideal world, if someone worked with you consistently and applied everything you taught them for a full 6 months, what could they achieve, ideally? And then you can like pull the brakes a little bit, like lower the claim so you don't get in trouble with the FTC, and etc. etc. Perceived likelihood of achievement. So how can I maximize the odds that they achieve this outcome? How can I maximize the perceived odds they achieve this outcome? How can I add more features to this product to make them believe that they will achieve this outcome? What kind of support can I give them to best achieve this outcome? And etc. etc. The idea is just to make this like so unbearably attractive to them, to make this seem like the thing that's going to change their life. You didn't have this, that's why it didn't change your life. You didn't have this, that's your program didn't have this, like this, no. Right. Now, the time delay is like, how can I minimize the time it takes for them to get the result? And now the thing is, some transformations cannot be changed. However, the perception of them can be changed. So like, instead of saying like year-long fitness, you say like, I don't know, 3-month sprint, 12-month sprint, or whatever. Like, I wouldn't do a 12-month sprint, I would do like 3 month, probably, or 6 month, and then upsell them. Yeah, I'll do 6 month and then upsell them into another 6 months. But yeah, the idea is just how can we give them that level of where time seems less than it actually is. It doesn't need to be less. It's best if it is less, like the more instant the outcome, the more money we can charge, the more valuable it is. But how can we make it seem shorter than it is compared to other alternatives with languaging, etc., like I demonstrated? If I could pull all the stops and really help them get this result as quickly as humanly possible, ideal scenario, how long will it take them to get it? It's like a thought experiment for you. And then finally, effort and sacrifice. How can I minimize the effort and sacrifice on their end? How can I remove creativity from the process or at least perceivedly remove it. Like there's a lot of tricks to doing this, but like saying install in the headline, install this system into your business, duplicate this thing, like whatever. There's many ways of doing it. How can I make it seem easier for them to achieve the result? How can I make it easier? And all out, no stops. How can I make this so easy, so brain dead for them to achieve this that it requires absolutely nothing from them? What could you do to achieve that? Then, of course, you pull back the stops and make it actually deliverable. Now, here's an example of how we did it for one of our clients. Like you can see, these are the things that we just got on call with her and we just went crazy. Like, hey, yo, what do we want to add to this? We want a course curriculum, 12 trainings, weekly coaching calls with these things inside. We want meditations. We want weekly action items. So the community, we want the journal workbook accountability, additional trainings, ever expanding library of trainings, guided meditations, VIP calls, bonuses, mid-year check-in, like anything that we could add here and that resonated with her and how she wants to conduct her high ticket, we set up here. And then we just went crazy on it, and then we pulled the stops and then like pulled out parts that didn't make sense. Fundamentals you always want to keep are the coaching goals, the course curriculum, the community, and the accountability. Like community is not that important, but like you should have one. It's like getting that cold feeling, getting that like connectedness feeling, and giving people that home. And the more people feel at home, the more connections they build, is the more they stick around with your brand. You want to remove anything that is like heavy to deliver on, but it does not have enough value, or the ones that just don't make sense. For example, this one is like lifetime access to recording sessions. Like this works against us because we want to actually upsell the clients afterwards. So if we add like lifetime access to future recordings, it's like very, very hard to upsell people because they're still getting value from the first one. It's like, I'll just watch the recordings. So remove that and we are off to the races. So yeah, that's about it. Do not stop selling one-off coaching sessions. You are limiting yourself. Sell a 6-month coaching package, price it high, make it an incredible offer for them using the technique that I showed you right here. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you found this video valuable. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. I pray to God that my voice isn't too screwed up.